Nintendo has also updated its articles of incorporation to prepare for, quote, business diversification as they enter the movie industry and license their characters and all that jazz. Most of the changes were little wording things or consolidating some points together. Like, for example, they used to have a copyright licensing and a trademark licensing point listed separately, but then they got rid of both of those and replaced them with just one IP licensing point. But there were two additions: development, manufacturing, and sale of medical devices and health devices, which is obviously referring to the whole QOL thing Iwata was pushing, and development, manufacturing, and sale of computer software, which I don't have any idea how to interpret.
Yeah, on the first point, I think it's a little interesting that after Iwata passed away, we didn't hear anything about QOL for a long time, and then when we finally did hear something about it, it was, it's on hiatus, and then, it's pretty much trashed. And now they've,
Well, that was just the one device, remember?
Yeah, just the one device, but now they've actually altered their articles of incorporation to mention it, which is something that it didn't do before, so it does kind of sound like they've started to ramp up those plans again. And I'm with you, where I'm not exactly sure what they're going for with the computer software thing. It's so vague that it could be just about anything.
Yeah,
because a lot of companies think of computer software as being a catch-all for not just stuff that you install on a computer, but stuff that you access through a computer web browser, stuff that you use on mobile devices, which are basically mobile computers. So it could mean any of those things, or it could mean traditional computer software. We just don't know.
Well, if it's stuff that's accessed through a web browser or on mobile devices, it says the manufacturing and sale of the software. So I wonder, I feel like this could mean anything from, like, clocks and, like, widgets and stuff like that to, like, I wonder if they're considering making computer games in some way.
Nintendo is developing Half-Life 3.
Exclusive.
If we say it on the podcast, it comes true.
But then it's not computer software.
They're going third party.
Oh my god.
I mean, what else can you conclude from this?
Yeah, no, I don't think that's it, but I don't know. It's odd. Do we feel like it's even worth reading into?
I find it. I will say I do find it interesting that they had a line item for games, and this line item does not say games. It says software. So I'm wondering if there's something there to read into. Because if they wanted to say computer games, they could have done what they had done previously and said computer games. And not only that, but the previous category about games would have caught computer games in it, because it's more generic. It doesn't really talk about it even being software, it's just games.
Right.
So if this really is kind of a new business line, it's got to be something different than games.
Hello everybody, thank you for listening to this Nintendo Week clip, NWC. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to us here on YouTube for more highlights and discussion videos from Nintendo Week podcast, or subscribe to us on iTunes for weekly breakdowns of all your Nintendo news, discussion segments on subjects, games, and more, and tons of other features. Thanks for listening, and we will see you tomorrow with another NWC.